Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Going to the running game. And that's the way they'll start, and they hope he gets better. No gain.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Finds his man. It's Williams. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking deep. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Finds his tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. The give. It's a seam wide open. Wide open spaces. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game.
Looking for the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. No, the officials are saying he was out of bounds, and the quarterback might want to rethink taking a chance like that. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's a heat. He is sacked way behind the line of scrimmage. Just a catastrophic play there. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And he can't quite get it down or out of bounds. It's into the end zone for a touchback. snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running it to the right. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Noles injecting some attitude, throwing the spear down and declaring they're going to run the football.
Run the football, be aggressive. This is the part of the offense that, remember, it was a long time, Florida State offensive line play wasn't good enough. They got to get that physicality, that run game, if they want to be a great program again.
Got a wide open receiver. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Moving away from pressure. Got the first himself. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Got it in the middle. It's McLaughlin. Touchdown Seminoles! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fellow, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Graham. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. On the run, it's Peoples. Makes a man miss. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return. That pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
And that is such a veteran play by that defender. In cover 0, he knows the quarterback's going to have to get rid of the football quickly, so he's getting ready to jump anything that's going to be underneath. He does just that. Great job with the speed. Nice job reeling it in for the INT.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, Got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Trying play action. Quarterback adapting. He'll try to do it himself. He will not get there. A stop on third down leaves him with a fourth down from the 18-yard line. So now to start the second quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would like to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
He'll bring it out. It's Tate. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Using the quick game. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Throwing right. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, fans go nuts, and the Horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Grab near the marker. It's Peoples. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the tight end's a guy that's going to have to be able to make plays for this offense in the passing game. That time, QB looking for the big fella. He ran a good route, just couldn't reel it in.
Takes the handoff. It's Peoples. Nice move to pick up yardage.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
The Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He might want another play. To the air, it's Ncaa. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you can tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
You simply don't see that very often. The quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? The Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Ncaa. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the option. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the third possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on fourth down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. Using his legs, it's Peoples. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down really easily.
They'll move the wide receiver. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Ncaa. Got the quick pass. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
He's brought down at the 6th, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6th to finish it. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. The give is to Williams. It's a running room. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
To the air, it's Castellanos. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got it, 1st down and more. At the 40, there he goes. Right down the boulevard. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical day.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, no!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
And he made the extra point without problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. seconds of the first half. Using his legs, it's Donaldson. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Wants to adjust the pattern. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. And the returner is stopped. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Running back searching for a hole. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Offensively, you want to run that counter, right, and try to take advantage of hyperactive defenses. But just poor execution. Not a good job understanding where I need to go when I bounce that thing backside and it bounce outside. You want to take that thing inside. So the offense needs to operate a little bit better and maybe not run as much counter because the defense got in there pretty quick.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting the pressure.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Caught near the sticks. It's White. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. From the red zone, it's Williams. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
Now the play fake. Steps away to find some room. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
And, man, that's impressive because I feel like this QB, he knew it, Reese. Like, he knew exactly where he needed to get to. He drops back. He wants to pass the football, but he's like, I got plenty of space to get the 1st down with a little extra, makes that decision, and gets the 1st down.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. On the run, still looking. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
Knocked off his feet.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. Quarterback keeps it. Touchdown, Florida State. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And I love these designed runs, goal-to-go situations. Gotta have it. I know I get an extra blocker with now my quarterback running the football, being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So the 16-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Graham. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Defensively, with all the space now in sprint football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
And wings it incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Grabbed over the middle, it's Graham. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Offense facing 14. Number 42 in punt formation to kick it away.
And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback.
The end of the 3rd quarter. Florida State 24, Ohio State 21.
They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Quarterback keeper. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through him.
Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
I'll tell you what, fourth quarter, you're trying to get to the quarterback, trying to get the ball back to your offense. But nice pursuit. Nice job making the QB scramble outside of the pocket, chasing him down. And even better, you got a gift. He runs out of bounds, and now the clock stops. Now you're saving time late in the ballgame when it's really going to matter.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
They think there's room to run to the right here.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They go right back to him. All out of space. Delivers the stiff arm. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. The Seminoles, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking for a man, it's Castellanos. Forced out of the pocket. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's got it inside the 30. Flying out to the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They go to the ground. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Off play action. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. first down. To throw, it's Castellanos. He wants to take the top off. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
And the Knolls send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Peoples.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Past the first down marker and still running. There he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. A 4-point game at 35-31. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that.
Oh, it's loose.
And I absolutely love the option, but this is part of it, right? The quarterback has to make a lot of reads really quickly and then carry the football and take care of that thing. So I think, you know, the fumble was caused there. We don't know why, but this is part of the option risk you run by running.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Pulls it in, it's Smith. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touch. And also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Lets it fly. Makes a connection. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
He'll toss it, finding an escape route. Big pickup on the ground into plus territory, and they get him out of bounds at the 41.
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now with his legs and his decision-making, getting the ball to the pitch, man, he's shown a variety in this defense.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive, too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
He fires a bullet to the right. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback making checks. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
It's nice when a QB can get outside the pocket and break down a defense and take off. But I thought the defense did a really good job of seeing it, understanding where he was going, kind of mirroring him towards the sideline as he rolled out to the right. Didn't give him any space to run the football, covering the pass deep. Really nice.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They punt it away on fourth down. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Castellanos. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Fires into the end zone. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. They'll bring him down at the 15-yard line as he made some hay after picking off that pass.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot, but you gave him a little bit of hope.
This drive will open from the 15. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught, it's Copeland. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, I think at this situation in the game, trailing like they are with only a couple minutes to go, short throws aren't going to get it done. You're going to have to be a lot more aggressive and start taking chances if you want to give yourself a chance to win this game.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left.
And this offense is trying to make something happen. You're down later in the game, but this defense is having none of it. 2 sacks in a row.
The Seminoles will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his end zone and a very good kick here. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Making side adjustments here. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown Buckeyes! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Stress, pressure, expectation, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Ncaa. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 3rd-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Longhorns will put toe to leather and will get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Bounds at the 25. pass. It's saying. He's going to go for a big one. Pulls it in on the left. He's loose. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Forget establishing the run game. Go up top right now. Play one. Be aggressive. You told everybody all week, we're going to come out, we're going to be aggressive, and they are. They take the shot. They get rewarded. One play, one touchdown. What a start.
And here's the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. This one's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Wants to throw. It's Manning. Caught near the sticks. It's Lockett. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Just keep slinging it. Got the back over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Rushes on him. Now he's going to break the pocket. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. To the air, it's Manning. Makes the grab, it's Moore. Will not get close. Tackled at the 28-yard line, it's fourth down. hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Texas.
And the Longhorns looking to convert on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. He uncorks one deep. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Texas!
On these critical 4th downs, as a quarterback, you've got to find your best matchup, and they didn't just get the first down. He had his guy one-on-one. He took a shot, and it pays off for a huge score.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he did get that extra point through, no problem with the frozen tundra beneath him. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Looking through the snow, and he muffs it. It's loose on the ground. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to take off. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
That quarterback's in zone coverage. They have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and then turns into an offensive player and takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Using his feet to buy time. The short hands, it's Graham. You'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. Back to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. The sudden change on the turnover, man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
You're dealing with a second and long. Quickly to the tight end. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Washington. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box as he knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Pocket breaking down. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback may change this route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off the play fake. He rifles one deep down the right side. And it's picked off for the third time today.
What a nice job intercepting the snowball there. The quarterback threw the snowball down the field. Couldn't get it to his wide receiver. Defensive back makes a great play. Tell you what, this snow definitely affecting the game.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Back to throw, it's Manning. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Pressure coming. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Snap of this drive comes from their own 41. To the air on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Oh, they're after him. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And this offense chooses to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. It's caught. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch?
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Washington. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
So now it's 2nd and long. Unloads quickly. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. And they get him on the ground. They get the turnover. They get a chunk of yards, and they are in business.
I think both defenses are expecting to have a lot of fun in these conditions, right, guys? It is snowing. They know it's going to be really hard for these players to hold on to the football, so they're trying to make tackles, but they're also trying to scoop and score in this one because at any given time, someone can...
Off to the races to the right. There he goes. The 30. At the 20. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He got a step and just dusted the field.
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football, try to make the big play, and do they ever. 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. This drive will open from the 15. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Motion from the wide receiver. Got a man, it's Wingo. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
second and a long way to go. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Steps away. He'll throw it down. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going for it all. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they put points up in electrifying fashion with an 82-yard toss for 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Here in the final 2 minutes. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
What a throw on first down, first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already. Heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back. It's Ncaa. Under fire. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. These DBs going to give a little cushion. They'll start this drive with a pass. Bring in the heat. It's complete. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. When you're dealing with the big tight end, you better get a bunch of hats around the football.
And here's the thing, Reese. These used to be big, slow tight ends. Now these guys are absolute freaks. They're so good. You can split them out wide. You can put them in the formation. They can do so much. And you see after the catch, hard to get to the ground.
He's going for a big play downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Manning. Finds the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looks like the defense will play quarters coverage here. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Finds the big tight end. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just enough time for one final play of the half. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Dropping back, it's Manning. Under fire. And the defense makes a play. Sack back at the 10. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up, and you can get to the quarterback and affect them. We all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
The play-action fake. Here's a heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting
doesn't need to take the check down. He'll take the deep shot. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And he'll be marked down, but what a way to come up with that interception.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard. Third in California to convert that. Doesn't matter how good your receiver is. And this dude's obviously one of the best in the country. But the defense, they were all over it. They were ready for it, and they get the big pick.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Back to throw, it's Ncaa. Here comes the heat. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And they don't get their hands on the ball often, but how about the big defensive linemen? When they do, it's fun to watch. It might take a while, Jesse, but he started to move that thing down the field.
He sure did. He just reminds everybody he's an athlete, too. This guy had some big-time moments in high school on the offensive side of the football, and he's living on defense in college. That's where he's going to make his money at the next level, but that was an unbelievably athletic play.
Pulls it, fired, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Kind of like that big, reliable security. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Rushes on him. Slings it downfield. Fires into traffic. Picked off.
Well, he was rolling to his right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Wants to go up top on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's got room. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Now on first down from the 30. The offense changing the play. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And that one will put him up here in the second half. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. 17. Leaves it with the back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Manning. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Trying play action. He lets one fly deep. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Fires on the move. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Looking to throw again. He's got it on the move. He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. A really nice day from this quarterback. Over 350 yards passing now, Jeff.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome job giving his guys opportunities to make plays.
Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Floats it out in space. Tried to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The extra point here would tie the game. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Power football with the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
There's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
To the air. It's Ncaa. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Fires to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
The Buckeyes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
No big surprise there, right? You're throwing to a guy that already has 3 touchdown catches in the game, so take another shot. Every time he has looked his way, good things have happened, and that's one of the very few times in this game so far where they have not been able to hook up.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Just needs a crack to get a return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll try the run. Creates a little space. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Grabbed in the middle. It's Washington. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, he's got a chance. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. To the air, it's Manning. Going to try to pop one on the screen. On the move at the 30. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. From the gun, the running back has it. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Moves away as he feels pressure. Took a shot as he threw.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Throws to the wideout. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He might want another play. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Scanning the field, it's Ncaa. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
Isn't calling the dogs off in this game. We're here late. They're still taking shots, and a big reason why is how good this quarterback has been all game long. 4 touchdown passes. He's reading the defense. He's playing in rhythm. He's throwing on time. He's been accurate, and late in the game, they're still letting him take shots.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Knocked down for the tackle. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. He's looking to throw on third and short. Starting to feel a little pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
And the Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He wants to change this route. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. With the catch, it's Grant. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage. They've mixed up personnel. None of it is...
Unleashes one deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Here's the pressure. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Sweet cut there. Got enough for the 1st. He was running through tackles and picked up the 1st down and finally got knocked down.
And one of the things you're taught as a defensive guy, when you're trying to strip the football, you've got to secure the tackle with one hand, try to get the football with the other, and they're not securing the tackle. I get it, they're trying to go for the fumble, but they got to do a better job executing.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Fires to the big fella. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the 1st down.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
He finds a soft spot in the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be